Hey, welcome back. Today is April 3rd, Saturday, and this is my second post today. And on this post, I'll be telling you about the overall crypto markets, which includes Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price action, and see how they could potentially affect the overall altcoin markets. Before diving into SushiSwap, Sushi, USD, and see what is going on in here, I'll be telling you about the bullish and bearish case scenarios for today, as well as the short-term price prediction on this market, according to what I'm seeing on the charts. Before I begin today, if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video, as I'll be keeping updated on the latest crypto setups on my watch list, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you want to support me and don't already have a Webull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 2 free stocks as of today upon a successful sign up and a qualifying deposit of $100 and I will also receive a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. Please also read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I am purely sharing my own speculation and opinions on this market. I cannot tell you the future, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market, as extremely risky and volatile. If you have any questions or comments, please do only leave them in the comment section below. But I'll try my best to get to as many of them as possible. Now, see what exactly is going on in this market first. Most importantly, as you take a look into Bitcoin dominance, tells me where the money is trending into. Would it be Bitcoin, altcoins, or neither? Bitcoin DOM is now trending even higher now, about 0.25%. This breaks down to Bitcoin price action down about 1.5%. Total altcoin market cap now being more affected by that Bitcoin pullback, down almost over 2% now. Now, this is the downside of Bitcoin dominance trending upwards. I will usually see Bitcoin pullbacks affecting total altcoin market cap more. I usually emphasize Bitcoin dominance to trend downwards. That's generally speaking better for the altcoins on both the upside and downside. Because conversely speaking, if Bitcoin dominance was trending downwards, I would usually see Bitcoin pullbacks not affecting total altcoin market cap as much. So for example, if Bitcoin dominance was trending downwards, Bitcoin pulls back by 1%, I could usually expect to see total altcoin market cap pulling back by less than 1%. Let's go over to Bitcoin dominance. The weekly chart is now my focus. As I have mentioned, the key support here is the weekly 200 MA, the orange line. I don't usually see support or resistances getting broken on the first try, but let's see if this will be the odd case, okay? If we actually do break this resistance, if and when, okay, then the next level of area here I'll be looking for, or I'll be looking at, will be about the 58% from the last low here for possible bullish divergence, okay, which did have a pretty low RSI rating of about 27 here, so we do need to beat that to avoid bullish divergence, and avoid a bounce. If Bitcoin dominance continues lower, more ideal for the altcoins. Bitcoin here. As I have mentioned, there was bearish divergence with 2 consecutive higher highs, however, 2 consecutive lower highs on the RSI. Okay. I am looking for a signal that if we do actually make a higher high on this price action chart, along with a higher high on the RSI, to confirm that this bearish divergence is done playing out. Okay. So the last RSI reading to beat is about 75 here on the RSI. Let's go over to the monthly time frame, where I have been mentioning that there has been bearish divergence on the monthly time frame. However, has still yet to yield a red candle. Okay, I wouldn't count this right now because this month has still just started, but I would not lose track of the monthly bearish divergence or the high RSI reading here, because do take a look into the past trading history here on the RSI and see what happens every time Bitcoin gets into very overbought territory or with bearish divergence. Daily time frame here, we are getting resistance from that 60K level. If we get past that level, the next resistance would be about 62K, slightly under. Right now, the key support is the daily 21 MA, the blue line. If that does not hold, would be the daily 50 MA, the white line. Let's go over to Sushi. See what is going on in here. I'm going to take a look from the monthly time frame down to the daily, which I consider to be macro time frames, and see if we have any overbought RSI readings or possible bearish divergence scenarios. On the monthly time frame here, we don't have a reading, so let's move on. Weekly time frame here, we currently are at about 63 RSI readings, so not enough about territory. However, we did have bearish divergence on the weekly time frame. And whenever I do see bearish divergence on a specific time frame, my conservative estimate is that it's going to come down to the next closest moving average. In this case, would be the weekly 21 MA, which is still quite far behind there. About $9.50 under. Okay. So let's see if there are enough buyers in this market to actually hold up this price action and not let it drop all the way down there, and possibly consolidate and wait for this moving average to come up further to meet the price action. Okay. However, if there are not enough buyers in this market, it could come down to my conservative estimate here of the weekly 21 MA. 3-day time frame. We are currently about 53, okay, on the RSI. If the price action was to make a higher high here, it does need to beat the last RSI reading of about 73 to negate bearish divergence with the higher high. Daily time frame, we're currently about 44, so not enough about territory, and very similar thing could be said about possible bearish divergence if the price action was to make a higher high here on the daily time frame. I'll be looking at this high in terms of the RSI reading here. Let's go over to the 3-day time frame where I can point out a possible pattern we could be dealing with here, and I say possible because we still don't have that third touch here on this bottom trend line to validate this pattern and this bottom trend line. Okay, I do see a possible falling wedge pattern that's not yet completed or validated. I'm still looking for that third touch on the bottom trend line. If it's validated and completed according to the way I have it here, according to Thomas Bukowski and his website, thepatternSite.com, it is a 68% chance of it breaking to the upside. Given that it's validated, the measured target here, if it breaks out by the apex of this snapshot right now, okay, I will have a measured target of about $22, slightly above it as measured targets. Now, measured targets are theoretical approximate targets only, may actually be different in real life price action, more or less. Let's take a look into some of the key supports and resistances relevant to this price action right now. Key resistance immediately would be the 3-day 21 MA, which looks like it could be above this snapshot of this pattern right now. Okay, so something to be looking out for. Once it gets above the pattern, that could be acting as overhead resistance, even if it looks like the price action has broken above the pattern. Daily 21 and 50 are above the pattern, okay, and that is also resistance, pretty in line with the 3-day 21 MA in terms of its price range. Next up would be about the 18.5 cents fib level area. Next up, I'll be referring to this past group of wicks right here from about the $21 range. Okay, this group of wicks. Next resistance after that, which would take into consideration of the price action going beyond its measured target, would be about $22.50 to about slightly under $25 from this next group of wicks right here and over there. Okay. Now let's take a look into the key supports. Key supports immediately right now would be about the $15 fib level area. Next up, about the $12 fib level area. If that does not hold, then I'll be looking up at the $10 fib level area, which is basically where the weekly 21 MA is. And my conservative estimate of that bearish divergence playing out on the weekly time frame. Let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenarios here. Bullish case scenario, price action finishes validating this falling wedge pattern, breaks out of it, and go towards its measured target. Like I said, I'm still needing that third touch on the bottom trend line to validate this falling wedge pattern. So validate it, break out of it and going towards its measured target, also mining the resistance levels I have pointed out. Bearish case scenario, price action continues downwards after it validates this pattern with a third touch on this bottom trend line here. Okay. Then the next level of key support I'll be looking at would first be the $12 fib level area, the $10 fib level area, which is basically where the weekly 21 MA is, but let's see if that moving average actually comes up further to meet the price action. Now, these are my bullish and bearish case scenarios for today. Let me know if you found it helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know your agreements, disagreements, feedback. I love to hear them. Hope you manage your risk carefully, and if you would like to see any more of my most recently uploaded videos on YouTube, you guys can check out my links up here on YouTube. See you next time.